Hey guys, it's Brad, Yamaha Marine Center in Orange Park off Wells Road, 1515 Wells Road to be exact. Two boats side by side, which is kind of nice. We can maybe do a little bit of a comparison between the two, but we're going to really focus on the Billistic because this right here is our oldest boat. Go figure. Been selling stuff so well, and this beautiful boat is still here. So feel free to make us an offer. The Billistic line in Key West is technically a different model, to my knowledge. It's not like its own thing. It's a Key West Billistic. I don't know how they're doing them, but anyway, really cool boat. A lot more offshore, which I don't know if you can tell, but the entries of the boats, how steep this one is versus this one's a little more round, and this is a 263 FS. So it is a little bit bigger boat, but still this one has a lot more aggressive entry to really do good offshore. And then they built a lot more structure in the bottom of this boat too. It's not much heavier than the 263, but it's still heavier than the 263, and the 263 is a little bit bigger. The Billistic 261 is 26 feet 6 inches overall, 9-foot beam, 4,800 pounds, 20-degree dead rise at transom, so we'll go take a look at that too. Holds 185 gallons of fuel with max horsepower at 500. I think we did the twin digital 200s. We'll go take a look. But another thing that you can kind of see, I mean, the flare on the 263 is pretty aggressive. That gray kind of blends, so you can't see it really well. Maybe you can get a better idea of it from this angle. But the 261 doesn't look to have as much of an aggressive flare to it, but the hull sides are so much deeper on this boat, and then that reverse chine is super aggressive on the very outside of the boat, all the whole length, all the way to the back. And then those lifting strakes right there again are more aggressive, and they're almost in a reverse pattern. So, you know, I haven't had the boat in a lot of sloppiness, but what impressed me about it is it rides more like the higher end boats that we carry, like the Pursuit. Has that nice through stem windlass. It kind of tucks up in there to give it, I mean, this isn't all the way in. It articulates up in there a little bit to give it that nice tight look. So it has a really nice line to it. I mean, an aggressive shear line from the water coming up. I don't know, I'm grown pretty fond of it. I guess because it's been here for too long. This one, outriggers on it. I believe those are Taco. I don't know what model they are. Somebody probably knows. Post it. Whatever. They're nice though. You can. Only bad part is you have to actually still use a little mechanism to raise and lower them, but you can in and out from inside the boat. So 21 or 20-degree dead rise in the back. So again, nice steep boat all the way through the back. Those are high-speed pickups that you see back there in the silver, underwater lights. And then that's our transom mount transducers, as this boat will probably be trailer kept. Twin 200 digitals. It has an integrated Garlic. I think it's a 6-step ladder, so 3 on either side. Makes it easy to get in and out of the water. What else back here? Not a ton. Let's get on the boat. This one is MSRP of $179,265, and that's all the options on it. Focus. And then of course, if you want to custom order one, you can't right now because Key West has temporarily discontinued this line until they catch up on the boats that they sell a bunch of. But it's gorgeous. I mean, powder coated hard top, color match undersides. Don't know why this boat's been here so long, probably because it's expensive, but the more fishability. So 263, you can see the fixed bench back there with a fixed backrest. It does have a dive door, which is cool. I like that. And decent room in the cockpit. 261, a little less room in the cockpit, but you have a fold down seat, so you can still fold the seat down. You can have that cushion completely removed and then leave it in the garage or something if you're not going to use it on the way out. Bean bags, whatever. And then I don't know if you can see the little latch under there, but that way you can access the bilge from right there, which is really a cool feature because then you really get down in there. And this stuff, I just opened that hatch, there's a cutting board in there, and then this little storage bucket, and then down into that bilge where all your pumps, there's a fuel tank right there, so you can get to it. And then, like I said, this door opens once that seat's removed, and you can really get down in there if you had to get down to those bilge pumps. I don't know if you can see them down there, and then the fuel water separators. So that's pretty cool. Fishability, name of the game on the Billistic series, and ride quality. The thing rides really nice. Although, like I said, haven't had it in huge water. Just out in the river, and maybe a 1 to 2. But it did really nice. Feels heavier than what I think it says on paper. Rocket launchers all across the back. Nice big splash well, so you can actually access from one side, walk all the way around to the other side. Again, comes in handy if you ever have to work on an engine back there or something. Live well here, and ta-da, live well here. So again, fishability. This live well is gigantic. Bait well, live well, semantics. Freshwater sink. I believe it has 2 freshwater tanks too. One for the sink and then one for the rest of the boat. Tackle storage, drawers. Really convenient layout. I mean, fire extinguisher holder, spools, a 5-gallon bucket holder. There's some knife storage down in there. That way, cast nets. Very utilitarian. Nice big undergunnel storage, and the caps are still molded, which is crazy. You know, it's a molded cap, and usually when you have a molded cap, you can't do this, but they cut into the gunnel side and put this, you know, kind of caulk it in, and so you got, you know, rod storage, tool storage. There's your freshwater fill up there, and then raw water spigot back here on its own pump. Some more tackle storage on this side, lure tubes, all kinds of neat stuff. Onboard charger. The dash, it's pretty nice. Maybe this is what killed the boat, is it 86 12s instead of maybe 86, no, these are 10s. 86 10s instead of 86 12s. So that might be one of the reasons why. Nice little glove box. Pops open. You got little inlets in there for your stereo. It is a Fusion black box, so all your stereo and electronics are run through the Garmin's. Also the Yamaha display. Helm seats, pretty nice. Armrests, fold down bolsters, so you can be seated or standing. And then you have the footrest down there if you want to sit down. This is batteries in here, and then your battery switches are right there. So everything's pretty accessible from the bridge deck, the helm. More storage in the back of the hardtop, and hardtop's full of 2-color LEDs. I think maybe blue and white. And there's those Taco Grand Slam 370s or something. I don't know. And then all of your switching is up here, which is really cool. All Bocas, so it's all push button backlit rings, so you can tell what's on. Your VHF is up in here. Again, everything's nice and tidy on the boat. Made pretty good use of all the space. You have a big dash, tilt, hydraulic steering, DEC controls, Lenco trim tabs, full combing pads on the whole boat. So again, fishability, recessed handrails, stuff that, you know, fishermen think about, getting line snagged, pop-up cleats, pop-up fender holders, and then of course your gas fill. And then I think this has, a head with a holding tank. So it should be an overboard discharge, macerator, and a pump out from the marina. So fixed head, fixed sink, holding tank, and it's a lot of space in there. And those are your pumps labeled there: raw water pump, freshwater pump. Some more storage, access to all your electronics, wiring, rigging, all that good stuff. And coming forward to the front of the boat, nice split bench up here, integrated backrest. You can see that one's deployed right there. Cushions can be stowed in the head or leave them at home. That is the anchor road storage. And then up top here is the windlass with a nice beefy stainless mount. Keep everything in place. Nice seat there. That's a cooler underneath, and that's actually a pretty stinking big cooler. A lot of room in this one, relatively speaking, to the rest of the Key West models, and even the regulators that we sell. More storage up here, and if I'm remembering properly, these are insulated as well, so a lot of room. I mean, big cobia, mahi, whatever you want to toss in here, it'll take it. And then the only macerated box, good lord, I can't even bend over, is this guy up here. So it's not huge as far as length. I mean, it goes up there pretty good, but the width is pretty good on this. So, you know, maybe wahoo, things like that, you could definitely toss in there. And again, it's macerated, which is why it's so nasty in there, because probably killed the battery. But this one needs a new home, guys. Help us out. Help relocate this one. If you have any questions, call Brad or Barton, 904-644-7639. Is that our number? 644-7631. 904-644-7631. Don't call the first number. Or get us on the website, YamahaMarineJAX.com.